All right, rolling.
Okay. We've just finished doing our preparatory exercises and we're ready to practice the motor programming of a letter. Today we're going to be practicing the letter Hey. Now obviously after we do the sandpaper letter presentation, we could practice the motor programming of the letter Hey on the chalkboard, on a sand tray, using shaving cream, any number of other ways before we actually hold a pencil. So I would invite the child to come sit near me. I bring over my basket of Kasiva letters, and I have the child show me their magic writing fingers, their 2 fingers, and I say to them, this is the letter Hey. This is how we form the letter Hey. Notice I'm very carefully going from top to bottom, and I'm showing them with my 2 fingers the motor programming of the letter Hey. And then I say to the child, now I invite you to make the letter Hey. And they're going to trace the letter Hey. Hey. Now, if we were going straight then to using, let's say, the sand tray, I'd bring over my sand tray and I would say, do you see letter Hey? I'm going to make the letter Hey. I would make it in the sand tray. I would shake it. I would give it to the child. He would make the letter Hey. At the point that I see that the child can very clearly make the motor programming necessary to make the letter look neat, then I might then progress on to using a Hey worksheet. So for example, we like the Aviva Kasiva worksheets, and we have reordered them according to the order that we use. This is not its original order. So the Aviva Kasiva has just the right number of letters on a page to be manageable for a preschooler, and has the dots that show the child where to start because we start our letters at the top. So if I were to introduce that, I would first say to the child, again, we're going to practice making the letter Hey. I make the Hey, now the child makes the Hey. After the child makes the Hey, I would put it on a special easel in the classroom, very near where the child is going to be working. And I would say to the child, we're going to get ready with our pencil. Give me your magic writing fingers. Pinching the pencil, getting the right pencil grip for the child. Then I say to the child, we're going to start at the very top on the dotty line Hey. Do you see how the dotty line helps us know exactly how to make the letter Hey? Watch me. Teacher shows the child how to do the first one. That's your first period. You show how to do that letter Hey on the worksheet just the way you want the child to do it. And I say to the child, do you see how I notice that I made my Hey exactly on the dotty lines? There were no marks outside the dotty lines. Every single stroke I made was on the dotty lines. Now, could you try making a Hey that looks that same way? Help the child with their pencil grip. Have them make a dotty line Hey. And after they finish, go through that same self-examination where you say to them, did you stay exactly on the dotty line? If they did, great, try another one. If they didn't, on the next Hey, let's see if we can really be careful of staying on the dotty lines. Each time the child makes a letter, the child needs a correction or feedback from the adult at first because that's directed practice. By putting a lot of effort into making sure the child has the correct programming on the worksheet from the very beginning, you will make it that when they get down to the bottom where they're doing independent practice, they will make beautiful letters. If you get through this worksheet without that preparatory work with the child, there's a chance that they will get through the entire worksheet and not have beautiful Heys. Then you've already missed the opportunity. The worksheet's gone. The child probably won't want to do it again. Now by the time they get to this line where they're actually now doing Heys on their own, could be the child will automatically go straight for that dot and make a beautiful Hey because they're ready. Of course, it also is possible that the child will go and not understand what to do. They don't have the dotty lines. If so, you're welcome to take a yellow colored pencil or a yellow marker and make a few more that are the exact shapes to show the child until you can shape the behavior on paper. Again, always looking at each letter and saying, did you stay within the top line and the bottom line? Does your Hey look exactly like the ones we made with the dotty lines? Always doing that self-evaluation so that the child knows what to look for in determining whether his Heys are exactly the right shape. When you get to the end of the entire sheet, I always like to have the child do an additional self-reflection where he or she goes through each letter and determines his or her very best hay on the page. And you could always allow them to either circle that, give himself or herself a little sticker next to that one to show that this, I feel, is my favorite hay. When the child has finished doing this sheet, it should go into their kindergarten folder, and then the next day or the next couple of days, they will move on to the next letter after the hay.